Everyone, welcome back to month number 9 of our wedding planning vlogs. We have some cool stuff that we did this month, so we're just going to kind of go over that. I guess I'll start first with, we had a Tennessee wedding shower recently, and that was literally at the 1st of August. So my family put this whole thing together. They threw us a wedding shower, which was great. We had more people there than we expected. It started off as something that my aunt, Zach's mom, was working hard on. She even made something really nice for us, and then more people got involved and wanted to help out, and so it became this whole big ordeal.
Yeah.
Where we had like cool, it was really cool. Like, it was Disney themed. We had pineapple, or not pineapple, yeah, Dole Whip, basically a Dole Whip punch. And I think we have video coming out, or will be coming out from that.
Yeah, we videoed a lot of it. We showed the decorations and everything, so that'll be coming out soon.
Yeah, and that was really nice and really cool that they did. So Amanda's had her wedding shower in New Jersey, and then we had one together in Tennessee with all my family, and that was really cool.
Yeah. So the next kind of important thing that we did this month, but it was like just a few days ago, we're really excited to talk about it, is we mailed out our wedding invitations.
Yes.
So I don't know if how much we talked about it before. I know it was in like the last vlog, I think, but so all the calligraphy and like addressing on the envelopes was done by one of my friends from work. So I had Mitchell take one of the full envelopes with everything in it to the post office. They said it would be about 90 cents because we did put a wax seal on the back. But we took them there, so I kind of thought they were gonna like hand stamp it, I guess. Like, I didn't really know like that we would have to do it because, I don't know, long story short, I read that like it can't go through like the processor because of the wax seal on the back, so I thought that they would do their own thing. But when we went there, they were really nice. They weighed it, said it would be 70 cents each. And then they gave us all the stamps. Obviously, we paid for them, and they gave us a little station on the side to go and stamp everything. And then she said that she didn't want to put them through the machine. She was going to like seal it herself because she thought it would look nicer.
Yeah, which was really nice.
That was really nice. So we did that, and then that very same day when we came home, we also went out to Target to get a little basket for the RSVP cards, because for my sister's wedding, my mom had a basket at the front door where all the mail comes in, and whenever they got an RSVP, they just put it in the basket and we'll go through it a few times a week just so everything is kept together and nothing gets lost or anything. So we have it decorated. It's a little plastic basket, and I found some tulle because why wouldn't I have tulle in this apartment? Yeah. And I weaved it around it, made a cute little bow.
Actually, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
And it fits like perfectly on our little, what would you call that?
It's a tray.
Tray? Yeah, but it has like a mirror. It's a mirrored tray. Mirrored tray, there we go. Also this month I had my bachelor party while we were in Tennessee, which was a lot of fun. Most of my guys were there except 2 of them. Amanda's sister's husband Max wasn't able to make it, and then my best friend Trey wasn't able to make it as well. So it was still a lot of fun though, because we went to Old Smoky Moonshine up in Pigeon Forge. We did a sampler there, which was really cool. And then we went to this hot sauce place, and I think it was literally called like hot sauce or something like that. It was something very simple. And that's a whole nother story in itself, but we ended up trying the hottest hot sauce there. We signed a waiver and did that. that was a mistake, but it was a lot of fun. And then we went to this little bar it's all in the island in Pigeon Forge, so if you've ever been to Pigeon Forge, you might know what I'm talking about. But there's this place called the Island. It has like all these restaurants and like entertainment offerings, stuff like that, which is really cool. So we went to this little bar called Yeehaw. We got one drink there, and then we went to what is the pizza place called? Mellow Mushroom. Mellow Mushroom, and we shared like a huge pizza, and we just kind of hung out and talked, and honestly it was a really great time. It's kind of like something I was looking for, because for the bachelor party I didn't want anything big or crazy. I just wanted to like hang out with my guys and have a good time, which is what we did.
So the next like big accomplishment of this month was that we finally got in touch with our organist. So
big accomplishment.
The one organist that we had booked for the church, in a weird turn of events, didn't know about the wedding. So we had to reach out to a church nearby. We got the organist. I finally got in touch with him. He called, and everything is fine. And then he sent me an email actually today, just of some song options and of some choices we have to make that we were waiting to talk to the organist about, because we just wanted to make sure that our songs were good before we moved on to anything else. Yes. So really happy with that. Also, side note, we did get our form from the DJ in an email. So the form is basically like asking how we want to be introduced at the reception and all of the songs that are going to be played, like the major stuff, like the song we walk into the wedding, the father-daughter dance, and you know, all that sort of stuff. So that was kind of really exciting because it made everything like pretty final, which was pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
that's really
I'm
cool.
excited about that. A lot of that music stuff is now taken care of. We just have to send back an email or two, but it's almost done, which is crazy because I feel like the music has really been the bane of my existence in this whole thing. We've just had a pretty hard time with everything.
Music has been probably, and like when the wedding is finished, we'll tell you more about this whole music process and why it's been a pain. But that's probably been our biggest issue besides having to redo the invitations.
Yeah.
But otherwise, everything's been great though, as far as like what we needed to get done and the things that we needed, or the
everything has happened pretty timely except for sort of the music, really.
Yeah. 2 weekends ago, we did something really cool. It was our PreCana class. So since we are getting married in the Catholic Church, it is required. It was an 8-hour, what would you call it? Class?
Yeah.
Ceremony class?
Yeah, so like normal PreCana isn't typically this long. I think it was because there's a lot of classes that have to be taken and a lot of little like, I guess like classes that have to be taken. And I think this one smushed all 3 into one because it was the only one we can find for the Archdiocese of Orlando. It was the only thing there. I talked to my priest. He said it's okay. So this class was approved by my diocese in New Jersey, which is like crazy. But everything transferred. So I think that's why it was so long, was because it's sort of mushing everything into one. Side note, they also had an overnight like retreat. They call it a retreat, They had an overnight retreat, which I really wanted to do, but our schedules really, we had to like, it was a process for him to get the day for PreCana off. So we couldn't do the overnight thing just because we didn't know what our schedules would be like. But I think if I knew I would do the overnight, I think it would be fun.
I think it would be fun, but I also really enjoyed what we did. Like I said, it was 8 hours long, but I'm not going to get into the specifics of what we learned there. However, I just thought the way they taught it was very interesting and kept our interest throughout the whole.
Definitely.
There's times we get in little mini groups, and that was probably my favorite part.
I hated mini groups, like in college, in school, like growing up, I hated them. I was like the first one to speak in all of these because I was like so excited. I guess I just like, it's something I'm into, you know, like obviously like our relationship, and like it was cool hearing like other couples talk, and like it gave us a lot of other insight. And they had food.
Yeah, they had a lot of food, and it was good.
Yeah. So one night, a few days ago, I actually ended up having a little bit of a bridal breakdown. It happens. We're getting fairly close to the wedding, and I'm like rethinking and overthinking everything and getting nervous about everything that could go wrong.
And I didn't think this would happen to her. I mean, I did at the beginning, and then everything was just going so perfect. I was like, wow, she's different.
But I'm happy about this one. It wasn't like a breakdown. It was sort of like a, oh my God.
Kind of overlooked this.
Right.
We didn't really think about it though, you know, in depth.
Yeah, as much as we thought we would. Basically, we got a second photographer at like 10 o'clock at night. So, I'm really grateful that our photographer is actually my sister's best friend. I know we've talked about her before, but her name is China. And she was in my sister's wedding, and she has her own company, and she did the pictures for my sister's other friend's wedding. And it was like a no-brainer. We loved her pictures. We're both very comfortable with her. We know her. She knows the family. So we're really excited. It also helped me because I was able to text her at 9:30 at night and say, oh my God, China, I need a second photographer. I was just worried that I wasn't going to get all the shots and all the angles that I needed, specifically of the ceremony. But I was also feeling really bad and really guilty that there wasn't going to be any photo or videos or anything of Mitchell's getting ready process in the morning. So we have the videographer from whatever time we need him to whatever time we don't need him anymore, but it's one videographer, and then we have one photographer. I just thought like it was like good moments that like I would be missing out on. Like I'm not gonna get to see him getting ready or see him open the letter we're writing to each other, or like, you know, like his dad helping him get ready and his mom being there and him like hanging out with his guys. So I was worried about that. And then the church was like the big worry that the pictures walking down the aisle, like I want pictures of obviously me and like my face and my expressions, but I also want him. So like I wanted both, and I know that it's like, you know, they could do it, but like I just didn't want to miss anything, really. I really didn't want to miss anything.
Which was nice of you for thinking that.
Yeah, I mean, I think with like 2 photographers at the ceremony, it's really we're gonna get a lot of good shots and a lot of good angles, and like now I can really start digging into like more pictures that I want, because some of them you can only do so much with.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy about that, honestly. And so we added that on right away. We sent out the deposit. So that's done. So now we have 2 photographers.
Done.
And it wasn't even that expensive because we're only doing it from 8 in the morning, which is when he's getting ready, until noon, which should be like an hour or so after the church ends. So we'll get some pictures outside of the church and everything. So
fingers crossed this is the only thing that we have to
add on.
Yeah, add on to go back and reconsider.
The other thing I wanted to touch on briefly before we just about wrap up the vlog is that, so I got another Mr. Mrs. box. And I know I said that what the theme of it was last month. It was called Ultimate Romance, which it just wasn't something I was very comfortable sharing on here. You know, like family vlogs and everything, I didn't want to show it. Nothing is like that bad, but like,
yeah,
not really my style. My favorite part of it though, it came with a bunch of cards. I think it's 6 cards. And they say something cute on the front and then they're blank inside. So they're just like little cards to like leave around, and like I'm thinking of you, like I love you little cards. 'Cause sometimes like, you know, writing stuff down means more than like sending it a text. Or just like, yeah, I love you, bye. I don't know, so I really liked those cards, so I'm definitely gonna use them.
So the last thing to talk about before we get into what we're doing on the next wedding vlog is that we finally booked our rehearsal dinner, which was a really long process. It's taken us a while to kind of figure this out, mostly because I'm a picky eater, and there's only like one thing on each menu. We finally settled on a place. It was we kind of had one actually that I really liked. However, the way they kind of presented themselves to us on the phone wasn't necessarily something we felt like we could trust to host something special like this for us. So we went looking again more recently, and we found this new place. Don't really want to mention the name, but we're really happy with them. They took care of us, and the menu's great. So I think it's going to be really good, and I'm glad that it's finally set.
Yeah, there's about 3-ish things that we're going to be talking about next month. The first one, you're gonna be like, oh, you guys always say this, but guys, like, this is like a definite because we have to.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
we literally have to.
Yeah, have to.
We're gonna talk about the honeymoon. Finally, our honeymoon in Disneyland, and our dining reservations, because at this moment, right now, we have 74 days until the wedding. So it's a few days before the vlog comes out, so it'll be even closer. It'll be about 71 days.
Yeah.
So it's getting very close, which means our 60 days until Disneyland is coming up.
Which means
that we have to book our dining reservations, which means we have to pick.
Yeah.
It's not like we have to pick where to eat, it's that we have to pick like what time and when. Like when are we doing what? Are we doing breakfast? Are we doing dinner, lunch, like whatever. So we have to decide that, which means we have to like really look into Disneyland food options. Then we're also going to be going through like this whole RSVP process because we'll be getting a few in the mail hopefully soon. We numbered everyone on the back as well, so just in case people don't write their names on it, and then just sort of how we're tallying it off. And then with the RSVP cards, we have my mom doing the escort cards for us. So I'm gonna be sending her a little list, and she's gonna be writing them down. So just that whole RSVP process.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that I'll probably get working on kind of soon is our ceremony program. Everything's just sort of coming together. I don't want to save anything until last minute, especially something like that, because we are traveling out of state. And so the sooner I get all this stuff done, the sooner I can send it to my mom and she can print it, and it can be waiting there for us so we can finish it when we get there, because we're getting there 3 days before the wedding. So not that much time.
Not at all.
It's crunch time now. There's a lot of stuff to do. So next wedding vlog will be less than 2 months.
Yeah. Until
the wedding, which is crazy.
Really crazy. All right, so that about wraps it up for month number 9 of our wedding vlog series. We hope you guys are enjoying this as much as we are. Like, it's been fun planning this and going through this and talking it out. So we look forward to having you guys join us on month number 10, which means we're only technically one more month away after that.
Yeah.
We're excited about that, and we hope you are too, and we'll see you next time.